Hey guys, GamerZach here, and welcome to another one of my Civilization 6 videos. So, Civ 6 is a game, and I know that there are people who absolutely love it, and there are those who hate it. I've had multiple polls to get data on that. Myself, I think it's a really good game with many issues that should have been fixed before launch. However, the one thing that I just really can't stand is how multiplayer is set up. Not only the issue of how Mac and Windows players can't play together, but how the multiplayer scene is basically dead for me. This is a problem that a lot of people are encountering and don't really know why, so I'm gonna explain the situation in this video. Also, just to add to everyone's perspective, there's a poll on this video too. Just click the eye icon in the top right corner of the video and you can vote to let everyone know if you have an issue with multiplayer. So the first issue is the Fragmented Multiplayer Scene. The global multiplayer scene for Civ 6 is split to over 120 different servers because the games you see are dependent on your Steam's download region. It's not split to a handful of servers that covers world regions, like most games. It's literally completely dependent on your Steam settings. You can change your download region to anywhere else and it will show you games from that region. This isn't even counting the fact that Mac and Windows users can't play together, further splitting the multiplayer community. Though it's important to note that cross-platform play is coming, but it's been months after release now and it's still not available. A result of this fragmented multiplayer scene is the second issue, basically silly geographical restrictions. You can't see games that are very close to you if it's in another country or download region, an issue especially if you live near the borders of a neighboring country. It's to the point where you, for example, live in South Peninsula Malaysia, like Johor. Well, from there you can't see games that are literally hosted 20 kilometers or 12 miles away from you in Singapore. Then there's the issues of countries with multiple download regions like the US or Germany, where the US alone has 24 download regions and Germany has 5. And if you're in one of those regions, you won't see games from any of the other regions in your own country. So basically, in your Steam settings, if you're on the Los Angeles download region, you won't see Civ 6 games being hosted by people in the San Jose download region. This leads to the third issue, which is basically what is on the Steam page: enhanced multiplayer. Multiplayer is one of the main selling points. It was before release and it is after release, even going so far to calling it enhanced multiplayer on the Steam page. Although it's generally been reported that multiplayer in Civ 6 is a much more stable experience with fewer bugs, that doesn't matter so much if you can never get a game going. The fact that multiplayer is one of the main selling points for Civ 6, a problem like this not being discovered until after you buy the game is ridiculous. The only argument in defense of this system that I've heard is that the developers prioritized having good connections. I live in Malaysia. Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia aren't very far, and usually my ping to them would be less than 200 at most. That might be a little slow for a twitchy shooter, but this is a turn-based strategy game. Plus, most games just list servers from all over the world and you can sort it by ping, and hosts would often just kick you if your ping is too high. We don't have that option here, and despite the argument of limiting games for a good connection, the multiplayer game I played with random people from all over the world, which is uploaded here on the channel, ran almost perfectly. Only one person had to drop out and then the connection was stable and lag-free. So obviously connections from all over the world don't really slow down the game experience all that much. It's like multiplayer in Civilization 5 was so unstable that they've gone in the completely opposite direction, to the point where it's so stable but the cost is basically never having a game available. Well, I guess you can't have bad connections if you don't have connections. Overall, the fact is, I have zero real-life friends who play Civilization 6, because the game just isn't that popular here where I live in Malaysia. If you live in one of the countries listed at the top of this list, then you might not have noticed the issue so much. However, Malaysia and many other countries don't even rank here for owners according to Steam Spy. The only way that I've managed to get a multiplayer game going is to ask viewers during a live stream to add me as a friend on Steam and then joining a game. If you don't have any Steam friends who own Civ 6 or live in a country where the game isn't that popular, well, you're gonna be looking at this screen, and I'm not sure I would call this an enhanced multiplayer experience. Alright, that's it for my relatively negative experience with how multiplayer is set up in Civilization 6. What do you think? Leave a comment down below and share your opinions or experiences, and remember to vote on the poll with the eye icon in the top right corner. Are you having multiplayer issues, and what are they? Or is your multiplayer experience much better than mine? I'd love to know. Also, if you're looking for more Civ 6 videos, you can check out the last one, which is about whether or not the game is worth it 3 months in, or you can have a look at that multiplayer game I mentioned, where I played with viewers from all over the world. And that's it from me. My name's been GamerZach, thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful, and I'll see you in the next video.